Is this thing on or how's it going? Well, hello and how's it going? Well, how's it going?
Hello, and how's it going? Hello, how's it going?
Well, how's it going? Well, how's it going?
Well, no, sorry. Well, how's it going?
Well, how's it going? I'm here with you. I looked at you and I started
I was
laughing.
going to say good.
Well, how's it going? I'm here with Kristian and Madison, and we're back.
We are back.
The back, baby. My phone vibrated.
Try not to laugh.
Well, how's it going? Kristian's still on his phone. My name's Ben, Madison, and we have a very special guest, Stephen Hinde.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Welcome. Kristian,
still on his
Hi,
phone.
sorry, I'm here.
Oh,
I was
sorry.
getting
No,
my- I was
he's
getting
just
my notes up.
texting.
Sorry.
Kristian's a very busy
Something
man
rude.
now. He's
We're recording you.
very busy.
so busy.
I know exactly where he wanted to go with that.
Yeah,
and he
but
thought-
I'm
and he
not-
thought
I'm
better
not
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm nice.
Probably a wise decision.
Yeah. Well, sorry, let's stop talking about a Kristian because we actually don't really care about him that much. Let's focus on Stephen. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, man. I've been waiting a while to come here. Kara gave me the call up, so I was like, yeah, of course.
we're out of other guest options. So
Yeah,
Kristian
I think I
usually-
was last pick, wasn't I?
No,
No.
No.
Many other people have said no before, and there's more people to say no after.
We forced you here.
we also have. I unfortunately on the way here, I realized I forgot to bring my Dommy with me tonight. So I've had to get a substitution in. We've got Macaulay instead.
He caught me. I was like, what?
I'll also add that Macaulay was our top 2% podcast listener
On his Spotify rap.
on his Spotify rap this year. So we've got a super fan in the
And now,
building.
now he's our IT producer temporarily.
Really, it's like a wet dream for me. Our top 2 listener who finally gets in, backstage.
We have
He's
security
he's
here,
our,
so
how's it going, groupie?
we've got security in the building as well, just in case he.
Is he going to do a runway
Are you
show
gonna
for us?
come?
Yeah,
Pop in the
you've got to be
camera?
on the camera.
Come on, okay.
No.
He's gone shy.
He's gone camera shy on us. Anyway, Stephen, the reason Stephen is here is he's an architect.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
We made it. Started
We
from the
did
bottom.
make it. I know.
No, we thought it'd be a cool idea to have an architect on the show because, I mean, it ties in pretty nicely these days in terms of property development, what people look for in properties, and especially in the design sort of side of things and whatnot. So before, as usual with our guests, we like to get to know them at a personal level a little bit first, and then we sort of jump into his work and what he does there. So, Stephen, we'd like to know a little bit about your personal life, bit of your background, where you're from, how you know all of us, everything that there is to know about Stephen Hinde.
Sure. Well, obviously, everyone's already said that I'm an architect. I'm not going to brag about it, but
Please do. That's what you're here for.
No, it's fun. Obviously, I went to school with Ben and Kristian.
And me. We went to primary school together.
Oh, I was like, you ain't at my
I was
house.
like,
Maddie.
He was working overtime there for a second. Oh, no.
I was
His
like,
brain-
there's no way I forgot that Maddie was at high school with us.
no, I wasn't
hear
there.
the gears turning in his brain for
Crazy.
Lived in the same street.
We did, yes.
and
we did,
went to
yeah.
primary school together with
Yeah.
Ben's wife, Teeks, for a little bit.
We
Mhm.
did.
But Stephen was
Yes.
actually in our year at high school.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Somehow we're still friends.
Oh, see, every person we get on.
I think that's a jab at himself, though.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
exactly right.
100%.
It's for us putting up with him.
I wouldn't want to be friends with me.
Your dad doesn't even want you as a son.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll take that.
That was a bit hard.
You've obviously had a bit of banter with Christian's
Big
dad
fan
this
of
week, I
Ivan.
think,
Yep.
and
Big
you're just
fan.
taking it a bit too
Exactly.
far.
Sorry, that was a behind
Yeah,
the
he
scenes
thinks they're
joke,
mates.
but it was good. We are mates. Ivan wrote me my first mortgage.
Oh, so you're super tight.
We are. I'm a client. I'm a client for life.
I wrote the mortgage. He just did one of the interviews with you because I was overseas. I still wrote the mortgage.
Yeah, but he sealed the deal.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, sorry, we're getting off topic.
Talking about Stephen.
We
that's
are.
fine.
Stephen,
Anyway,
school. Take us
School.
back.
Oh, take us
he knows
back.
what
What
he
a
knows.
time,
He's known
right?
us in school days, obviously.
Yes.
He's
Yeah.
a local boy. He's grown up in Illawarra as well.
Yep.
Cromwell
Town.
Ranger. No, you were.
Cromwell Ranger.
He was a
Yeah,
Cromwell
I was
Ranger.
I was a Wanuna.
He's played.
You were Sharky.
Yeah, I was.
You were-
He's
I
from
was.
Woodtown. He's 2517.
517 represent. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
In his
Can't
gamer
miss.
tag.
We're not talking about gaming, are we?
It's worth a mention.
No.
Similar themes to some of our past guests, our RT producer, actor Ben. Generally, my friends' girlfriends and wives all hate me because their husbands and boyfriends all game with me. So I take time away from
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Stephen.
Taryn
included.
feels the same.
Yeah. Outside of work, we want to know a bit about what you do. It's not including work. So, gaming obviously is one hobby. Soccer, you still play. Steve plays with me and Ben at FMU, Ferry Meadow United, represent.
Love
Shout
playing
out.
with the boys, yeah.
Mhm.
Not in a weird way.
This has probably been our most unhinged 5 minutes.
It's up there. I think
Apart
if
from
I
playing
didn't
soccer.
say something there, I think you would have called me out on it anyway.
Yeah. No,
We
that
try
was
not to because we try not to make it weird.
No, that was fair.
Can't not make it weird.
You kind of, anyway. Stephen plays soccer with us. He
Yes,
likes playing
yes.
soccer with us.
I love playing.
You hate a
I love
drink.
playing soccer. Hate drinking. Yeah, it's,
He didn't definitely just think a beer before the recording.
Beers, yeah, beers.
Yuck.
Definitely not
No,
it.
We hate
No.
it.
Yeah.
No, but I love playing soccer with the boys. But keen to get the new season going. Obviously, we didn't do crash hot on our
can only go
debut
up.
back at Ferry Meadow. So
Yep. We can
exactly,
peak.
we can only go
Up
forward,
from
right?
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly
Forward
right.
and
I
up.
like that. Just
Cool.
like architecture,
Yes.
the only way's up.
Oh my God. And
You
down.
could probably
You
go
could
down.
probably
if you
go
want.
out.
Maybe the way is down,
just
Benny.
can't afford
Maybe you just
basement parking.
Sorry.
maybe you figured
That's
it
the
out.
way I'm-
Maybe the
I'm-
way is down. I don't know.
Ben can't afford basement parking, so the only way is up from here.
Sorry, that was lame.
Rooftop parking only for Ben.
And just a really skinny building that goes up. Can't go out either.
Yeah.
Me? Are you what do you?
Yes,
Yes.
we know.
You're referring to
Benny's
Ben's
very
frame,
lanky.
or
Yeah, is that what you were getting at?
No, not at all, but we'll take it as that because I can't be bothered explaining
Oh.
myself.
Moving on. Again.
We're getting shocked.
Yeah.
Yep.
In again, usual shtick that we do with our guests: favorite restaurant and favorite cocktail in any order that you prefer, preferably local restaurants if you have them.
He
Local
actually said
restaurant.
before we started, this is the hardest question
I
we're
think
going to
this
ask him.
is- Yeah, I think this is the hardest question. There's some nice ones in Wollongong. I think Debutante is pretty good, right? No? I like a good steak. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Is Debutante
Harbourfront.
actually your favorite restaurant?
Oh,
Harbourfront.
Harbourfront.
You know what? I think Harbourfront. Everyone's like, oh, it's not that good. I don't know why.
No,
Maybe
I
I
think
just
it's
like.
good.
I think
Maybe
it's
I
good.
just like the
Do you
view.
know
I don't
someone there, or
Do I know someone? You mean? Do I know the supplier of the seafood?
yeah?
I do.
I thought you were plugging there. That's what
No, I
no,
wasn't.
I think it's actually really good. Too.
I
I
actually
only
really
went a
like
couple of weeks ago. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Cocktail?
Cocktail. I'm not a big cocktail drinker, but
What
I think if it
alcoholic drink?
was,
Oh, you can
if
go.
it was a cocktail, probably like a vodka sunrise or something.
Okay.
Oh,
Fruity.
As a cocktail?
Yeah.
A vodka
we'll give it.
sunrise, isn't it?
Well, it's got
Yeah.
three aspects in it.
Yeah, I don't
got
know.
alcohol and
What's
juice.
what's considered a cocktail? Like
Yeah.
what makes a cocktail?
Shaken.
Christian's a cocktail police.
He'd love a in his tail.
So we've got Harbourfront, Debutante, and a vodka sunrise.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Is
You're,
that
a bit of a shot man. Are you no?
shots? I don't drink much, so it was a mocktail more.
Yeah.
You don't drink much.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. Yeah,
No, we do
Sure.
like it on the piss.
of course we do. You're gonna have to. We're not shy about that on this show. We've made that pretty
Yeah.
clear to everybody who
Yeah.
listens to our show that we
Yeah.
do like a drink.
You got to get through life somehow, right?
Yeah.
Whoa,
I like
that took a real deep turn. We're going to move really quickly from that one. Cool. Anything else you want to add in terms of your personal life? Would you like to give a shout out to your partner?
To my partner, I mean, I think I already have. She hates you. You take her.
Don't
You
get it
take me
right.
away from her. Yeah, no.
Okay, well,
Not
That was the
the-
shout out, man.
Yeah,
all right, we'll take that. In terms of work, so tell us a bit first off. We know you're an architect. How long have you been in the industry? And give us a bit of background in terms of your career progression, where you started, where you went along the way, and where you are now.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously, once I finished high school, I actually didn't do very well in high school. I was really focused more so on architecture, and high school never really gave me those opportunities to learn more about it. I think the only real subject I had at the time was design technology. Everything else wasn't really relevant towards it, like English and mathematics. I know that people think that mathematics.
I was about to say, are your
is
buildings a bit
involved.
wonky?
No, yeah, it's more so an engineer's kind of field to do the mathematics side of things. we need to understand, your
Yeah,
basics, but
yeah.
we don't. There's no like high level of
It's like
mathematics in
us, just
architecture.
plus minus divide
Yeah,
times.
correct. Yeah,
And we
yeah.
struggle with that.
We have a lot of programs that do things for
Yeah.
us, so it's
There's a
it's not really
calculator.
necessary.
Teachers forget that, I think.
Yeah. So after high school, I went to TAFE and I did building design, which was kind of like my stepping stone into doing architecture. I did that for 2 years, and then after I finished, I took a year off studying and decided to work for a building designer, where I just kind of did a lot of houses and duplexes, that sort of stuff. Then I decided I wanted to go to university, applied for that, got in. Unfortunately, it was in Parramatta,
Remember those
which
days,
was quite a punish when I first started going up
commuting up
and
a lot
down.
of the time
Yeah,
too.
I was catching the train like 3-4
nightmare.
days a week for 5 years.
Because there's no direct line out there either. So
Yeah.
nightmare.
Yeah. So for architecture, we have our bachelor's and master's. You don't have to do all this study to design a house. You can just do your building design course.
Yep.
And then design houses from there. But if you want to call yourself an architect, you have to get out on this route.
Yep.
And it's quite a different
It's
field.
all about labels, huh?
I don't want to make it about labels, but
I'm kidding. There's
No,
obviously
no.
there are certain aspects,
Yeah,
things you obviously are very
Credentials.
you're restrained. You can only really do houses, and you can do some other stuff.
not much though,
with
evidently.
like commercial stuff, and you can't do any apartments or anything like that. So that's kind of like the main difference.
Yep.
So yeah, I finished my master's.
And you were kind of working through that whole time too, as a.
I was, yeah, I
you were
was.
draftsman
It was
for a while. Yeah,
it was quite a punishing few few years. I was working part time while I was studying, and then
Were you living in Sydney at this stage? Is that
no?
was
So
very-
I only moved up to Sydney in the last year of my masters. So,
okay?
yeah, so
You
I was
liked it
traveling for 4 years, and it was during COVID. I had about a year, so some of it was online. Which
For our
was a
returning
good break.
listeners, fun fact: our previous guest, Kristian Safiotti, Stephen and Kristian lived together. They both made the
Yeah.
move up to Sydney together.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. I learned
It
that
was-
then.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a great
We're
time.
living at the new townhouse together for a while.
Very, very fun, but
The walk-
very,
From Newtown
very
to
expensive.
you say that again?
from Newtown to Newtown, yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Christian
That was
hated
good.
it.
I hated it so much as soon as you said it.
Gary, you're a hater.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, cool. And obviously, you've only recently actually technically finished up all of your qualifications properly. Like,
Yeah. So by the time you finish your masters, you're still an architectural designer.
Mhm.
So to call yourself an architect and do class 2 buildings, which is apartments and things like that, you have to get registered.
Yep.
And the registration process is a completely different thing outside of once you finish. The process is you have to keep a logbook for 2 years, work under a certain
Do your hours again.
basically, yeah, and work on
you can't
certain
punch the hours in
projects.
this logbook like you
Yeah,
can with your L's.
it's pretty intense, which is it was hard, but it's all right. We got there in the end. And then once you finish this logbook, you move forward into a exam. You do an exam, pass the exam, and then go on to doing a interview in front of the board of architects. So it was only 2 people. So when they said they made it sound
board.
very
I don't think can you even
scary.
call it a board if it's 2 dudes.
Yeah, I know. I think it's because they call it the board of
Was it
architects.
just-
It's just like
Yeah.
their own authority, really.
Yeah.
So you sit in front of people
Maybe
that
we
represent.
read it wrong and it's the board
represent 'em.
architects.
They did seem pretty bored. No, I'm joking.
No, can you call it a board if it's just 2 people?
Probably, but
I think the board is the entity,
Okay.
and then they kind of represent the entity.
yes, they would just represent.
So
us,
you
for sure.
Yeah.
you have an interview with them,
Yep.
and they ask you
They
about
hype it up,
things.
make it sound a lot scarier though. You'd think, oh, yeah,
I know.
You're gonna
So
be,
gotta-
yeah.
gotta
They
sit
do
at
make
the
it
board.
sound scary. Yeah, it was
Just
it
two
was a
old
little
white
bit
dudes, probably.
daunting. I will admit, but
Was it just 2 old white dudes?
No, it was white, but it was a male and female.
Oh,
Nice.
There was
That's
diversity in there.
That makes
Yeah,
me
the
happy.
pigs.
Good.
Yeah.
What do you like?
I don't know. I didn't know where we were going with that, but I'm glad we're past.
It's like, I'm glad I didn't speak in that section.
No, it was. I'm just saying. Usually, there's a bit of a stereotype with things like that. Those
Yeah.
high level,
All right.
oversight
I do
bodies. It's
concur.
typically old white dudes. So it's nice to know that that's not the case with the architects.
Yep.
Yeah.
A bit more
No,
forward.
it is pretty diverse
Nice.
at the moment.
I think it would be. It sounds like a diverse field. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I think designing and
Yeah.
in general.
She
Gotta
just
have a
sold
bit of-
a, sorry, you go. I didn't mean to
No,
cut
you
off.
go.
I was-
You cut in, butt in.
I sold a house to a landscaping
Oh, so what-
architect.
Mm.
Landscaping architect.
Yeah.
And does big projects. Like he just did the University of Canberra.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
What
Looked
did
at
he
his
do?
work.
Landscaping.
Landscape
did
architect.
landscaping, okay.
So-
Yeah, they do like the
Did I
design.
stutter?
I need to repeat myself, Ben.
No, I was just asking. Sorry.
Yeah, landscape. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Stuff's pretty cool.
It was Maddy, not me that time.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Anyway, so currently, what are you doing? Obviously, now you've got all your accreditations. You now officially have the label to go along with it.
Mhm.
What are you doing? So you're still working though at the moment, and
I am, yeah.
in the process of venturing out, hopefully on starting to do your own work as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm working part
It's the part
time.
of the show where you plug your business that you're trying to start.
Yes.
Soft launch.
Soft launch, yes. I'm working part time on my own business, which is high-end architecture, very basic.
We'll make sure we drop some links.
Yeah, so I'm doing that part time while working for a developer part time, just to get me on my feet while I'm doing my own thing. So I'm doing that, a few days a week, just to because that's kind of where I want to end up is full time running my own business.
Of course.
Nice.
Always the goal. Cool.
It is.
I'll let Mads ask the next question. I think this is one of her questions.
What is the next question, Christian?
I've got the list in front. I've got the same list open.
She wasn't following where you were.
I'm not following where we were.
Okay, Stephen, what inspired you to get into architecture? What made you first take notice of it as a career path?
That's a good question.
That's why I wanted Maddie to ask it. It was her question. I'm not saying.
What inspired you to get into architecture?
Maddie, that's a great question.
Thought of myself.
I remember since I was a kid, just in the car,
Did you like
looking out
Legos?
the window.
Is it
What?
Legos? Did you like Lego?
I love Lego, but it wasn't Lego.
Ooh.
I would just, when we're on car trips, I'd look out the window a lot and look at all the houses, and I just thought,
Isn't that a sign of ADHD in
I
kids?
just took.
He
Gary, you can't talk about ADHD.
He know all the signs. Yeah.
Yeah, so-
You're right.
Yeah, that's very nice. No, yeah. I would just basically see a lot of buildings when I was younger, and I thought that they were really cool. I was just really fascinated with them at the time, which is kind of maybe a weird answer, but it's
Makes
it's
sense.
the truth. I don't know.
Can I jump in with one then? Is there any project that you've been really proud of, I guess, in the sense that from a creative perspective?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think pretty much most of them.
Mm.
There's some that we do for like big developers that don't really care too much what the output is. They just want quick and cheap and easy.
Yep.
But there's definitely a lot of projects that I really, really enjoy doing, and a lot of them are for other companies. Obviously, because I'm only recently started doing my own thing. I was doing them for a Sydney company.
Yep.
And local companies. But yeah, specifically, you want like
Maybe one.
Yeah, just
If you can. If you can.
just try and get a pic of it.
I did.
Insert it.
Yeah, I did work on one in on Church Street. Oh, I probably shouldn't say the name of the street, should I? I don't know.
It's
It doesn't really
okay.
matter, does it?
No,
you don't
you don't have to give the ins and outs, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a really boutique, nice class 2 apartment building, high end, which should hopefully get built soon.
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh, it hasn't gone up yet.
No.
Ah, okay, gotcha. I was
Yeah.
gonna say we'll try to overlay a photo.
It's a hole in the ground at the moment, I think.
Yeah.
They are, yeah, they're
Yeah.
starting. I
Starting.
think they finished demolition. I think.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to?
These are still your questions.
I know. I don't.
She's
I don't know. I was
panicking.
letting everyone else
She's
have a little bit of a turn. Is there any particular architectural style that influences your work the most?
I think a lot of the time people would say modern, and
Yeah.
like what is modern? I think it's just like what people like at the time. It's kind
Yeah.
of like style of clothing, really. It's
Yeah.
like
What's
it's always
in-
changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So modern is always nice because it's the now. I like designing for the future, but brutalist is probably one of my favorite, which is like
For those of us who have
harsh
no concept
materials.
of anything about architecture, you want to explain
Raw.
what brutalist means?
Yeah,
Raw.
yeah, raw, harsh, heavy materials
Industrial.
like concrete,
Yeah.
steel,
Okay.
Yeah.
glass. Yeah.
if not so much a style, I guess, I mean, are there any other principles that sort of guide your design decisions as well? So certain principles you generally sort of base most of your designs on, or?
Yeah, of course. We have like our core kind of design principles, which is, like how your spaces work and, whether what the client wants a lot of the time will influence that. But we have our own kind of set of rules, I guess, that we follow. And one is make sure that it works.
Yeah.
Great rule to follow.
Make sure that, I guess, the people feel at home in the environment and that it's, I mean, I wouldn't say that you need to have a big house to be comfortable in your home. Some people like small houses.
Would you almost say when you're designing, you want it to be a space that you'd feel comfortable living in? Because if it's not, you can't flog that.
Yeah. And I think that probably tailors a lot of my own style is from a lot of different ideas from a lot of different people and what they like. So I guess I've taken a lot of different perspectives from people and try to put it in all of my designs, and then from there, the client will
Do
tell
you
me.
swallow your tongue a lot with clients, or do you kind of just let them rule and you just draw, or you still give your opinion?
I think we all do that a little bit.
Yeah.
They're
A little
the
bit.
bills.
A little bit. You got to be honest where you can about things.
I guess it's different when you're working for somebody else, though, when you're working for yourself. So, if you do start taking jobs on your own, under your own brand, then you probably have more
pride
to push
or
back on people, right? It's different because then that design directly reflects you and your name. So you're probably more inclined to push back on stupid suggestions from people.
Definitely. I mean, you still got to push back a little bit because it'll end up coming back to you and, your
who
boss.
designed this bloody place?
So the client will come back and be like, "Oh, what happened here?
Yeah.
Like, you told me to do it.
You don't
what
need
you wanted.
on top of your town.
Why is the kitchen in the main bedroom?
That kind of leads into actually one of the next things we wanted to ask you about. Obviously, our job revolves around the finished product, particularly probably theirs more than anybody's, is the finished product. And obviously, when you're talking about, a house or apartment, wherever it might be, that sort of end saleability, obviously, it usually tends to be the two biggest driving factors are aesthetics and functionality. So obviously, we only really see the end product. A lot of us don't understand how much thought actually goes into that particular decision between those two, because they're generally conflicting ideas. Not conflicting all the time, but they're two things that sort of work against each other, right? A lot of the time.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
How does that play into decision? Is it I imagine it's a never-ending balance or a battle trying to find that balance, I should say. Does that come into conflict a lot? And if so, which one impacts that end saleability more? Like what takes the priority in those cases where they do clash?
Of course, yeah. No, it's a very good question, Kara.
I got very touched.
They do.
Question. I just wanted it to end by.
Yeah, aesthetics and functionality definitely do clash a lot because sometimes just because it looks good doesn't mean it works.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to, at the end of the day, sometimes you're mainly compromising aesthetics for functionality.
Yeah. So functionality kind of takes the
functionality.
Well, they can always change aesthetics if they don't like it. Yeah. Like a lot of people say, look, kitchen works really well. It's in a good spot out to off the entertaining area.
Yeah.
But if they don't like the color of the kitchen cupboards or, that type of stuff, aesthetics can always be changed, I guess.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
I guess it would also depend though on what the end use function is, right? If you're doing a block of units for a developer who plans to flog them off at the end of the day, the aesthetics don't really matter. What matters more is functionality and appeal to a broad range of
probably
people.
even less functionality of me.
Yeah, how many units?
Functionality is pushed to the minimum.
Well, it is, but,
Exactly right.
But in terms of, at the end of the day, if you're trying to sell to the widest range of people, the aesthetics are less important. People want functionality. If you're going to buy a unit off a developer, you want it to be functional, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you're designing your own house, like your family home, for example, then the aesthetics become a lot more important, I would imagine.
Yeah, they definitely do, and I think the functionality always comes in as well for people who live in it because they're going to be living in it every day, so they care about how the space works.
I know one without the other, obviously, but
So normally for like a client who's about to live in a home, it's 50-50, try and make both work and come to a compromise on aesthetic where you have to, functionality where you have to make it look how the client wants it to look. For apartment buildings and stuff like that, it's more so, I guess it's still a bit of both, functionality and aesthetic, because I think it depends on the market really. And who they're...
Are they going to be for just renting out or are they selling them out?
I suppose, your target market is, if you're designing boutique upper market apartments, then aesthetic is a lot more important.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about people who have more resources and they don't care as much about the hefty price tag.
Correct.
Whereas if you're designing affordable units which are targeted towards younger people, first home buyers, or generally that lower end of the market.
Yeah, generally
your
functionality.
functionalities.
Functionality
Correct.
takes over. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay, cool. The other thing I wanted to ask, this is more my brain personally. I always go back to compliance and regulation at the end of the day.
It's a massive part.
Obviously, we know how it works with our jobs. I know in mine, they're particularly full on with it. In my industry, gets very heavily overregulated, I think, personally. I actually don't know much about obviously there's the general safety requirements, but that falls more so to engineers, I would imagine, right?
Safety, yeah.
How do they police you and what do you have to be conscious of when it comes to those regulatory requirements?
Yeah, so you have to be very conscious. I guess it depends on what you're following, if it's a council requirement. So generally when we start designing, it's all about council's requirements.
FSR.
Yeah, whether it's going through council or not, there's still a set of rules that you have to follow. So it's a major part of designing, whether it's an apartment or a home. And it really does kind of shape your building a lot, and it can really constrain what you can and can't do on a site. It can be an easy process and it can be a hard process. So it's all dependent on the size of the project.
Do you get a lot of pushback from engineers? Like, will you put a design through and then you get a bit of clapback from the engineers saying this doesn't meet regulation, you've got to redesign it? Does that tend to happen a lot in your line of work?
No, not really. I think that's kind of like a stigma thing. I think that you hear about engineers and architects. I haven't really ever designed something where an engineer is saying that this isn't going to work. I think that's more of I don't know what you call it, but it's fake news.
I was going to do it.
You're not punching on with engineers.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. No, I love working with all the consultants. It's great learning, I guess a lot
bouncing
about
off each other a bit.
Yeah, each discipline is great.
What would be like the process there? So you're drawing something up first, getting everyone in then and sort of sitting down, or is it more just send it over email, see what everyone thinks? And
yeah, it depends on the size of the project.
Yep.
If it's a small house, like the architect will do a concept design and make sure that, once the client's happy with it, then we'll send it out to the preferred consultants, or otherwise we'll recommend a consultant. We'll send it out to them and we'll be like, can you do a concept design for this from a structural point of view, or whether it's a services landscape, and that'll generally be through email. We'll sit down with the client in person, but most of the time for a small project we won't go face to face with consultants.
Who oversees you in terms of compliance, like regulations? Who is your who do you answer to in that sense? You know what I mean? Like
So it's all dependent on which pathway you take,
right?
And how you want to get approval. So if it's through council, which is a DA, council will be the one that will run all your compliance.
I guess the better question, I guess the train of thought I sort of had with that is if you go down the route of a private certifier, so you go through CDC, in theory, is how much oversight realistically? I know the certifier has incentive to make sure it's done by the book, because if they get caught, they lose their license, obviously. But beyond that, I guess if you go down the route of a private certifier, how much oversight really is there on you and on the certifier? Is there a body who oversees that kind of thing?
No, not really.
I guess you know the rules and
we know the rules, and the certifier knows the rules. So we can get in a lot of trouble if we don't design to compliance. And so can the certifier and every other discipline.
I suppose ultimate end result is if the building collapses, they got to blame someone.
Yeah,
right? So.
I mean, even minor stuff like if you start having a leak in a building, a lot of people can be at fault for that. Especially if we didn't design it correctly.
Especially if a lot of new builds are under warranty these days. If you buy off a developer, there's a warranty. So the developer's going to come straight for your head first if there's an issue and they've got to fork out more money, right?
Yeah. If it ends up going to, a lawsuit, then there's normally a split. It's a percentage split. They go through a whole process. So
the governing body basically is money and capitalism. It's an incentivized compliance system. If you don't follow it, you get rorted.
Exactly.
Good to know. So I was curious. I think I've ever asked you about that.
Yeah, because it is a massive part. And, we all need to know it as designers.
Yeah.
And we all need to be strictly sticking to it to make sure that we're not going to get in trouble. And the client's going to get what they want.
I was going to ask on that, how do you keep on top of all the council regs? If you're dealing with different, like if you're saying you're in Sydney originally, obviously Wollongong's going to have different.
They do. It's normally a lot. There's normally a lot of constraints. So it's only a couple hundred pages for depending on what type of development you're doing. And yeah, it's all different for each like area. So obviously we have Wollongong Council, but Sydney have their own designated areas with their
Apparently
own.
Shire is
lot
like
of
one of the
constraints.
strictest councils.
I have heard that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we do have a project in there at the moment, and they were giving the client a lot of problems.
Yeah. Nervous.
It's a nice way.
Wollongong City Council has been great to deal with for me either. I've been dealing
Yeah,
with them
no.
non-stop the last couple of months. It's still my head in.
Yeah, it can be hard.
I had to go DA, and as you know, I've spoken to you about this. I had to go
Yeah.
DA for
Yeah.
mine, not CDC.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It can be a long process. Yeah.
If you have a project that someone brings to you and say they're from Queensland, would you still go ahead and do, or would it feel out of your depth?
Look, I could definitely do it, but I think more so it's kind of hard to coordinate with the client
Yeah.
and all the other disciplines that will be working on it. And we're also supposed to be doing our site visits
Yes.
once it's in construction phase.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that the outcome of the design, the builder's following the
Yeah.
plans. So
Yeah, no,
it can be hard with distance.
Yeah.
But
In terms of council regulations, it's not a
Yeah.
problem.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
there you
So
go.
as long as you're reading up on all your
Mhm.
compliance regulations, there's always a nice document for that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Where
Yeah.
So I
windows
take it
can
it's
go,
a
can't
lot
go.
easier when you're doing them in areas that you're continually doing them in.
Yeah.
and
Because then it makes
know
it
what you're
quicker,
doing.
right? You're not
Yeah.
going a lot of the time. I mean, you still always double check and go back
Yeah.
and make sure that everything's correct. But I think you kind of get the gist of like the main constraints.
I think the next question we've kind of already covered off anyway, so we'll skip one, and then this is another one of Matt's questions, so I'll let Maddie take it. The second
She's
Ben,
one.
we haven't read one. Do you want to have a turn?
Yeah, I'll read.
Just the
Okay.
second from the bottom, Benjamin.
Nice and loud.
I've already asked heaps of questions.
Big
Anyway.
boy,
like
voice.
yep.
Are there any specific features / design aspects that truly help create what people perceive to be timeless?
Timeless.
Mm.
Yes.
I think you said
White. Just white walls, white
Yeah,
cupboards, white building.
I guess neutral
Well,
colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the way Stephen phrased
Yeah.
that a lot better.
I just have
Neutral.
clients just say white, just white everything, white
Neutral.
bench tops.
She says that as she's wearing white.
As I told everyone to wear black.
See, I
really
would say
did apply
like
all
a crisp white can be conceived as modern.
Did you
anyway.
ask everyone to wear black? Oh, really?
She asked
said-
me
Did you know something
She
about
told me about
architects?
No.
Because it's like a known fact that all architects wear black.
Oh, there you go. You
Ah.
surprised us, and
I
Showed
didn't
up
wear
in a
black, so
black
I didn't want to.
you didn't want to be
I didn't want to
stereotyped.
be all those guys.
He doesn't- he doesn't-
Sorry, I
stigmas.
kind of just
Can we
jumped
let
in
the
there.
architect
Yeah, I
answer
know.
the question?
I know. I wrote the questions for me to answer.
What are
timeless?
any specific aspects that create timeless?
I think materials that have kind of that have come from the past. So all your bricks, right? Those sorts of materials, concrete, have been around for a long time. Timber, like all these natural materials that you can kind of get. I think that what creates a timeless project.
Like some of the more modern composites.
Because they
you
always
guys-
come back
like
in
that.
and out of style, whereas I don't see a lot of
On the other end of that,
newer products.
Are there some
Yes.
newer products that you would say I wouldn't use on that basis?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot out there that have probably had its time.
Even
and-
construction types,
Yeah.
probably that you're just like, oh, I don't think this is going to stand the
Yeah.
test of times. But
yeah, I mean, you can kind of, I don't know. Me personally, I look at buildings and I'm like, yeah, it's probably dated within
Yeah.
like 5-10 years.
kind of funny, it used to be like in the last 5-10 years, the more square the house, the better. And now everything's curves, arches.
Yeah, it's very curves are in.
Yeah, curves are in, arched windows are
Curves
in,
are in.
circle windows.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
definitely. Which in the
Well,
future it may not be timeless. It may be now.
In 10, 15 years' time, we're pulling out curved walls and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we used to-
okay, so geometry is not necessarily timeless. That's good to know.
Well, in units, everything used to be like the arched hallways and stuff, and we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
squaring them out. And now I've got everyone wanting
arches.
to
hallways,
bring the
yeah.
arches
Yeah.
back in.
They're all
Yeah.
coming
And
back.
they're all
Yeah,
the-
arch hallways definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
All the
yeah.
brick ones as well in
Yes.
units. Like,
Like
Yeah.
we used to brick them up to be squared
Yeah.
because everyone hated
Correct.
the arches,
Yeah.
and now we're ripping them back out.
mm.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
you got me looking around the office and everything in here square.
I know.
I think it's the circle
don't-
versus square.
Don't
know.
try and classify this off as
Architecturally satisfying.
Yeah. It's pulled down a wall and
Um,
Yeah.
someone can sit there.
Look, we've still got a hole in the ceiling. It's square over there.
That's my point. It's a square hole in the center.
Yeah,
so it's
true.
okay.
True.
It's not that bad.
Oh,
What did it used to be?
That doesn't fill us with confidence.
This used to be a Chinese restaurant, and if you have a look inside, the hole in the ceiling over there, you can actually see the old Chinese restaurant wallpaper. The emerald.
And then down the stairs used to be a nail
Emerald
salon.
Chinese.
It was a pardon.
Isn't that the one in?
Beautician.
Oh,
Downstairs was a beautician.
Oh.
Upstairs was a Chinese restaurant.
and it was called Emerald.
Emerald something. Yeah,
Oh.
the Emerald Chinese.
Not like
Emerald
green.
Eye. Emerald Jaded Emerald.
What is it at Woonona? Green emerald? Blue,
It's just
near
I think
Macca's.
it's just
That's the
No,
jade.
isn't it just Emerald in Woonona?
Emerald.
Yeah.
Yeah, near Macca's.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
Like
thought
an
it was
Esther.
jade.
Mm.
There you go.
Mean fried rice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Plug. I've never been there.
You haven't
sidetracked
lived.
so
You haven't lived.
You don't even live in Woonona if you've never been to the Chinese.
I don't live in Woonona. Pastime.
She used to
soft
live
topic.
in. She used to live in Woonona.
Yeah.
Yeah, where were you getting your Chinese from?
Yeah.
I don't
Blue
know.
River was it. That
Blue
was
River.
they shut. Sorry,
Yeah.
very off
Sorry,
topic.
off topic.
Back to architecture. I'll finish it off then. Because
Yeah, you polish
everyone's
it off.
scared to
Well,
ask
that was the
questions.
last main question. The only other thing was kind of like tips and tricks and anything you want to tell people. Shit off. There's no last
Did I
question.
not pick it up and go, I'm going to ask the last question?
It's not a question. It's
okay.
It says wrap up episode,
high
Ben.
functioning.
So,
High functioning.
Kara's high functioning, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
Bit special, our Christian.
not a bad.
Yeah. So
Tips and tricks, Steve.
tips and tricks.
Yeah. For people,
Yep.
let's say I've just bought a block.
Yep.
And I don't know what to put on it. Tips and tricks for my first design. What would
Yep.
you recommend? Do's and don'ts.
Common
Go to an
pitfalls, think
architect.
people-
Had to butt in. Had to butt in, didn't he?
I bet next time you write the questions, then you can say as many of them as you want.
I got a bite.
He knew.
Sorry, Steve.
No,
Back
it's,
to
it's
you.
fine. Yeah, yeah.
Back to you.
Back to you in the studio, Steve.
Yeah, I think get
I think
correct.
Can we let the
advice.
architect speak, please? Sorry. Steve.
Yes.
Tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks.
that order.
Just get actual advice from someone rather
Yeah,
than
Just say, come see me. You
Yeah,
can just
yeah.
say that.
Oh, you turned it into a plug.
Yeah.
So-
I'm not plugging anything. I'm just get.
So
just-
when I
it
go
doesn't
and
have to
buy
be-
the site and the agent
doesn't
says
have to
you'll
be-
fit 2 on it, don't worry, 4-bedroom double garage.
he may be
the
right. He may
return
be
is
wrong.
going to be unreal.
I'm always right.
And then they call you and go, he's full of it. You're getting 3-bed with a single garage on it. You've already
Yep.
exchanged that.
Sue Ben.
You're cooked.
Yeah, that's
Sue
not,
Ben.
it's
Yeah,
not
not good.
It's not good.
So speak to you first, really.
Yeah, like any scenario, you should really get a professional's advice if you're about to,
Do your DD.
if you're
Yeah.
about to make the jump, make sure you get
Make sure you're wearing
professional
a
advice
parachute.
first. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
And where can they
I like
find
it.
that professional advice?
Yeah, you're going to hit socials? Like you're going to...
Yeah. You
When's
can.
the hard
You can.
launch?
You
What's it
can.
called? You already got it?
You can find my socials.
You've already got it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's called
Oh, you're clearly a
Hind
hater.
Architecture
That's
on
spelled
on Instagram.
Hinde.
Yep.
Hopefully, I'm
H-I-N-D-E.
hoping to be working with him soon.
Oh,
What are you designing?
That's all right.
It's a secret you'll never know.
We'll find something for you,
We'll find
Benny.
something. Yep.
You've got property.
I'm following now.
You've got property, Benny.
yeah.
Yep.
Anything else you'd like to add, Steve?
Oh, he does too. Sorry.
Plug it.
I guess.
Can you do
no,
that
just
editing? We'll do that.
thank you for having me, guys. It's been a pleasure to be on it.
No, thank you. I feel like
I can't say I've
architecture
ever
has been
done this.
something like
I'm
even from a
interested
real
now.
estate perspective. I've never really touched on it. I don't know about you, Mads.
Yeah,
You've
I
done
do
a
a
bit more
fair
like
bit.
developments.
Yeah. I feel like I am an architect sometimes.
Yeah.
and a designer
That's
and
fun.
The
yep.
Yeah.
flex.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, I've grown up literally drawing plans with my dad for houses.
4th
that we're
generation. Didn't you know?
building.
Oh,
Fifth,
really?
mate,
Oh,
fifth.
she's a
Sorry.
fifth
There you
generation
go.
architect
Sorry.
and a fifth generation
Yeah.
real estate
Sorry.
agent.
My dad
Is your
draws
dad an
plans
architect?
freehand.
No.
See,
forwards it on.
congratulations to you finding
You
your
aren't-
career path.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Unlike these two.
He's got the edit.
Ted has lost it. You could have become
Crazy,
a solicitor,
crazy.
Macaulay.
That's crazy.
Sorry, we're all one today. We're all...
Oh man, you're gonna love it.
Yeah. So good to have you.
No, thank
And
you.
Ben normally wraps us
Interested.
up, I think.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No,
I don't want to
no,
do your
that's-
job. No,
that's-
I don't want to.
Thank you very much
If we take-
again.
If we take that from him,
we
we'll complain as well.
we
so.
will plug Stephen's Instagram via ours with a little link. So throw him a follow and check out some of his hectic drawings coming up.
Hectic.
Awesome.
It's hectic. The noise.
Thanks, Betty.
Guys, we've got the questions from the viewers.
Oh, we've
We
got
might
about
have to do
those.
that on the next one. Oh, for the architect.
Yeah,
oh,
for the architect.
I've got
sorry.
questions.
That's what you
All right. All right.
Oh,
Righty,
sorry,
righty.
this is a long one.
How far in are we?
40 minutes.
It's all right. It's okay.
I don't know if we have a name for our viewers. I was thinking we call them the homies.
We'll just do
Like home, how's it going? Well, I was thinking
See, when you say
howso.
that, I just think of the Simpsons. I just think of Marsh.
Well, I was going to say the howsos, like how's it going, but
The
that's probably
howsos.
not very good.
Housos.
I like
Yeah.
houses over homies.
No, I think homies, the howsos. Okay, we have a few quick questions for you. What's the architect's KD on Battlefield 6?
It's got to be at least 10 for whoever's asking.
God, that is a blatant lie.
Is that so we're not answering?
That was.
I don't know. I haven't
said
checked.
something.
Yeah,
Love it.
I guess
Okay.
I don't play that often.
Another question we have. When you start a project, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
When I start a project, what's the first thing? I guess, what's their goals, their main goals? Yeah.
Okay.
From a client, if they're asking me, yeah, definitely.
How is technology and AI changing the job?
Massively. Yeah. I think it's developing a lot in terms of the architecture field. So
Do you use a lot of like AI?
no, I don't personally. I know that maybe some disciplines do, like when you get a render done of a project, so the outside, looks realistic, a photo of it. AI definitely assists a lot at the moment with that.
Okay.
Can make it a lot easier. So I could probably use it if I wanted to. But
again,
I don't.
Your job
really.
probably overall is not one that you can really outsource.
It's
to AI.
quite difficult because
need a lot of
there's a
human
lot of different aspects to designing a house or an apartment where like we were talking about earlier, with different constraints from different areas. AIs
Doesn't
really
know
have the
that.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Even if
for
it
that
did,
sort of
AI
stuff.
also can't factor in, the husband or wife designing a family home, changing their mind on the design 7 times either. I think you're always going to have to have that human input,
Yeah.
right?
Look, potentially in the future it might change. I hope not for my benefit. I mean, who knows? It might make my life easier.
Design me
I
a
don't know.
4-bedroom house in
It
Bermuda.
could put us all out of a job.
It could.
Yeah.
It could.
Last question. I think this is a good one. I know what comes to my mind. If you could redesign an area or building in Wollongong, what would it be?
Oh, well, that's a great question. Definitely, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
That could really get
Go
us
on,
into
nail
trouble.
one.
No, I think I won't nail any specific one. I think the mall needs a good.
Yeah,
the
well,
mall,
that
the
was
mall
mine.
had a
Thank God
great.
someone
It
said
had it had a bit of a refurbished for after.
Yeah.
I think they've got a master
Would you turn it
plan
back into a
that's
through road?
happening. Hey,
Would you turn it back into a through road?
No.
Really?
See, I would.
yeah.
I think it'd be
Yeah.
mad.
I've seen so many photos from, before they converted it to a pedestrian-only zone. It looks so cool.
Yeah, I think
it might look cool, but
I think that the
Practicality
accessibility
wise.
runs
practically,
is an issue.
practicality. I think we're trying to move away too much from traffic.
But the other issue you've got is that bottom side of the mall when
It's dead.
It's dead.
What if we had did like a Melbourne
Outside
or a Sydney with
restaurants
a
and-
light rail or something?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Maybe
some sort of
public
other
transport
transport
can go
that's not cars.
Cars.
Not
Yeah.
cars and
Just need
not
something
line
to- yeah.
bikes.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love cars.
The
I love cars,
scooters.
but in a public area, I think that they kind of take away from.
I think
I
the
guess
issues,
the experience that you're having with it.
yeah, the east to west, I think plays a massive impact. I think it's dark, it's cold. I think it really needs to run from north to south. I know you actually cannot change
You can't.
that,
Yeah,
but
know
I
what you
think that's
mean.
honestly a massive. You walk in the
But
mall and
maybe
you're
they need to-
freezing cold all the
Maybe
time,
they
and
need
it's
to
dark.
open it up from like where Globe Lane is,
Correct.
for example. That could be more of a.
Yep.
But in saying that, they're building that with not skyscrapers, apartment blocks now.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like I don't know
Yeah.
how many stories, so
Yeah.
that's going to take
Yeah.
away
I
a
know.
lot
I
of
think
your shape.
aspect has a massive thing to do.
But they can't. They're done there.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously that was our suggestion. We're not architects. What would you do? That's probably the better question.
Even a passion project doesn't have to be something you don't like. But
like what would you change to kind of reinvigorate the mall?
What would I change?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the style for the old part of the mall is obviously very dated now. It's been there for a while,
And the palm trees.
and it's also the palm trees. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, so that was must have been done by an artist or something, which was maybe he was on something. I don't know, but but yeah, definitely the mall and kind of that. Yeah, like you're talking about, that pedestrian only through zone is quite bland. There's not much to it. Yeah, so probably add a lot more landscaping in there because there's not much landscaping in the middle of town.
What have they got? That little section in the middle with the astroturf and some rocks and
Yeah, it's pretty. It's
very
pretty boring
concrete
and
heavy.
it's not very inviting. be honest. So
See, I always think that bottom part of the mall, it's always dead anyway. I know it's probably not nice to say for the businesses who are down there, but like that bottom section should be like restaurants and bars.
100%.
They
Oh, yeah,
tried to,
definitely, yeah.
when they reconfigured that corner block on just almost directly across from Crown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
The brick style building.
Mm.
They tried to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
something there, but I don't think it's.
I think it
anything.
was a heritage building, so they
Yeah.
had to
And they
stick with
kept
their
that limited, yeah.
certain guidelines.
Yeah. But I don't mind the look of it. But it's just more.
Yeah.
It's more office spaces as well, so it's not really
is.
attracting people to
Yeah,
go there
it
at the
is.
same
You need
time.
to, you need
Yeah.
to give people a
Mm.
reason to use that
Correct.
walkway. You know what I mean? Right now,
Exactly.
as soon as the
Yeah.
shops close at 5 o'clock, there's no reason to walk through there.
Like even late night, they only use that top part.
Yeah, correct.
All the vendors that are up there, no one goes
Yeah.
down the bottom.
Yeah.
It's like pitch black and cold, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels dingy.
I think they're trying to revitalize it, but it's just
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
taking its
It's going to
time.
be a slow process.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Any-
Benny,
that's
you
it
can
for
do your
questions?
job now. That was
well,
yeah.
thanks again for coming on, Stephen. We really
course.
appreciated your insight, and maybe we'll get you back on down the track.
Beautiful. It's been a
Maybe.
pleasure.
We'd love to have you back on down
Yeah,
the
that
track.
would be-
Sorry.
Thanks, Benny.
On that note,
It's all right, Matty's on it.
Yeah. ciao.
Ciao.
See you guys.
Everything presented in this podcast is for information and entertainment purposes only, and all advice is to be considered general in nature. It does not take into account your personal circumstances and financial objectives. Please consider if this advice is right for you and look to consult a financial professional.